Hi everyone, this is my January 2017 book haul. I got a couple of books here. Some of them I picked up in December and others I've got in January, but I haven't talked about those books before on the channel, so I figured now is a good time. So let's get right to it. The very first book I got from my December book of the month, actually, it's called Swimming Lessons. I had never heard of this book before, but I read the synopsis and sort of a little bit about it, and it sounded like a very interesting book. Basically, this is about a woman who's married, she has children, I believe, and she writes letters to her husband and leaves them in books all around their home. And then finally, after she writes her last letter to him, she leaves, and I guess they don't really know what happened to her. They think she may have drowned, or she may have disappeared, or something along those lines. Then, after a long time has passed, her husband thinks he saw her from like a bookshop window or something, but he's still not sure, and there's kind of a little bit mystery there. I'm a little bit fascinated by that. I want to know what happened. I want to know about their troubles and what kind of letters she wrote. So I'm interested in that. I feel like I haven't read a book like that in a long time, so that'll be a nice read, hopefully. The next book is also my December pick from Book of the Month. There were two books that really caught my eye and I couldn't make up my mind, so I decided to go with both. This one's called Pull Me Under. I haven't heard much about this book either, but I hope it's as interesting as it sounds. I guess it's about it takes place in Japan initially when a young girl is bullied at school, and then she ends up, I guess, attacking and killing the bully, and then she ends up being institutionalized, and there's all sorts of things going on, and then she ends up moving and sort of puts that behind her, and then eventually after like 20 years she decides to go back to Japan. So that's all I know about this book. I don't have a very clear idea about what it's gonna be about, but it seemed like a neat, interesting plot line, so I figured it would be a good book to read. This next book I picked up randomly. I've seen the cover before and it kind of caught my eye, and I wasn't really sure what it was about before I actually picked it up and read the synopsis, and it's called California, and it's, I guess it takes place in the future. I guess basically like all the cities are empty and people are just like living in little tribes and things like that. So basically, like, I feel like this reminds me a little bit of Station 11, if anyone has read that book. This is what this book reminds me of. So I like Station 11. It's about, like, I guess in there's a plague. Here I'm not sure what happened, and there's a couple who find out that the lady's pregnant, and they don't know if they're going to be able to survive, and they don't know how they're going to take care for their child when it's born, and they come across this group of people who seem like a good group to join. Then it turns out that it might not be a nice group of people. So I don't really like books like that. I feel like some of them are good and some of them aren't very good. I don't know how this one's gonna go, but I have faith that it might turn out okay. The next book that I picked up sort of on a whim because I saw it randomly on Twitter. I think it was the publisher who actually tweeted about this book, so I looked at it and it seemed interesting, and this is Human Acts. This book is about South Korea, and a boy gets killed there, and this book talks about the feelings and, the heartbreak of all the people who knew him, his family, friends, all the other people who were, there and are experiencing some sort of grief and loss over the death of this young boy. And I thought that was a very touching book, and I feel like I haven't read any of those in a while. This is by the author of Vegetarian. I've seen that book around. I haven't read it, but I've heard that it was a decent book, so I'm excited to give this one a try. This next book I was looking forward to reading, and actually one of my friends got it for me, so that was really exciting. This is How to Be a Woman. I've read How to Build a Girl, I guess her other book was. I wasn't a huge fan of it, so, but I'm not gonna avoid this book just because I wasn't like blown away by her other book. I feel like this one will be a little bit more interesting, gonna talk a little bit more about women's hardships. It seems like it's gonna talk a lot about things that women have to go through and do just because society and they feel like they have to. So I like that. I think it'll be a great read. And I've heard good things about this book, so I'm looking forward to it. The last but not least, this is The Sympathizer, and this is a Pulitzer Prize winning book. So I hope it will be a decent read. This is about a man who is from Vietnam, and then he ends up coming to America, and he's actually like a double agent, if you will. He's a spy, and he's reporting back to the Vietnamese government, I guess, about whatever is going on. So I like that. I think it'll be an interesting read. There's probably going to be some intense moments with that, and it just sounded like a really neat book, and I feel like I haven't read any books that had spies or double agents or anything like that, so it seemed very promising, and I think it will be a decent read. So that's it for my January 2017 book haul. Please let me know if you read any of these books, and also which books you are reading right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.